Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Secretariat, please.
Yes, good morning everyone. Welcome to today's BAC Bravo meeting. Today is May 3, 2024. And for the determination of quorum, kindly acknowledge your presence once your name is called, starting with our presiding officer, the Vice Chairperson, Major General Ricardo Banayat, sir.
Present. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning po. We also have uh, Attorney Frank Marty present online, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone present online.
Good morning po. Also present is Engineer Jaime M. Cosep.
Good morning, present po.
Also in attendance are the BAC TWG members and the BAC Secretariat. With that, sir, we have a quorum.
Okay. Secretariat TWG. Let's proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. First on our meeting agenda is the pre-bid conference for the project entitled Workstation for AMHS at Philippine Air Traffic Management Center and remote and RCMS of radar sites, which is a rebid under bid number 23-056-11 Bravo. I'll be sharing my screen, sir, for the pre-bid conference presentation. All right, Secretariat, do we have any prospective bidders in attendance today online? Anyway, Mr. Chair, we'll proceed with the presentation. We hope that the prospective bidder will be catching up for the presentation. Okay.
Do we have one?
Yes, sir.
Please proceed, TWG.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So once again, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-bid conference for the rebid of the project procurement of workstations for ATS message handling system at Philippine Air Traffic Management Center and remote sites, and the remote control and monitoring system for radar sites under bid number 23-056-11 Bravo. This will be the outline of the presentation for this conference. We'll be starting off with the invitation to bid, followed by the instruction to bidders with corresponding BDS, then the general conditions of the contract with corresponding SCC, the schedule of requirements, technical specifications checklist, and after the presentation, we'll be opening the floor for any questions or clarifications our prospective bidders might have. Starting off with the invitation to bid, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, through the corporate operating budget for fiscal year 2024, intends to apply the sum of 4,994,600 pesos, being the ABC to payment under the contract for bid number 23-056-11 Bravo. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. CAAP now invites bids for this project. The delivery of the goods is required within 30 calendar days. Bidders should have completed within 5 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids a contract similar to the project. The description of an eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass-fail criterion as specified in the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizens, sole proprietorships, partnerships, or organizations with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines and to citizens or organizations of a country the laws or regulations of which grant similar rights or privileges to Filipino citizens pursuant to RA 51A3. Prospective bidders may obtain further information from the BAC Secretariat and inspect the bidding documents. And the Office of the Secretariat is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, except declared holidays and suspension of work. The complete set of bidding documents is already available and may be acquired by interested bidders until the deadline of submission of bid. Upon the payment of the applicable fee for the bidding documents pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by the GPPB in the amount of 5,600 pesos, inclusive of 12% VAT. The procuring entity shall allow the bidder to present its proof of payment for the fees through email. Bids must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the office address indicated in the bidding documents on or before May 15, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms. Bid opening shall be on May 15, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. and bids will be open in the presence of the bidders' representatives who choose to attend the activity. CAAP reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with sections 35.6 and 41 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184 without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. For further information, please refer to the contact information shown on the screen, and the prospective bidders are invited to visit the PhilJEPS and CAAP website for the downloading of bidding documents. Now, I'll be continuing on the instruction to bidders with corresponding BDS on this section of the presentation. I will not be going through every individual item of the ITB. Instead, I will focus on the BDS entries that correspond to the ITB clauses which provide further requirements. For the eligibility of the bidders, for this purpose, the contract similar to the project shall be procurement of workstations and or computers and computer hardware, and completed within 5 years prior to the deadline of the submission and receipt of bids. For the bid prices, the price of goods shall be quoted DDP, CAAP, Mia Road, Pasay City, or the applicable Incoterms for this project. I can zoom in, sir, but kaya lang mapuputol yung ibang section. Sorry, sir. Siguro papa na lang siguro, sir. Yan. Further on the bid security requirement, the bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. So the amount of not less than 2% of the ABC if the bid security is in cash, cashier's or manager's check, bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, or the amount of not less than 5% of the ABC if bid security is in surety bond. Further on the requirements on the sealing and marking of bids. So each page shall be initialed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Submitted eligibility technical and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs and must be sequentially paginated. Pagination shall be sequential all throughout the documents inside the envelope. Bids not complying with the above instructions shall be automatically disqualified. Each bidder shall submit one copy of the first and second components of its bid. As per CAAP memorandum regarding the disqualification of prospective bidders with pending case against the government in the procurement activities of CAAP, all prospective bidders shall be required to submit the certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government and the legal clearance issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service. So this slide illustrates the expectations for the bidding document that will be submitted by the bidders which should indicate or rather include the index tabs, an initial or signature on each page, and the pagination. Now, this slide illustrates the contents of the first and second envelopes of the bidder's submitted proposal. Ayan po. Now, moving on to the requirements about the detailed evaluation and comparison of bids. The partial bid is not allowed. The goods are grouped in a single lot, and the lot shall not be divided into sublots for the purpose of bidding, evaluation, and contract award. And lastly, for the post-qualification requirements, other documents listed are required to be submitted during post-qualification. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award, provided that in the event that a finding against the veracity of any of the documents submitted is made, it shall cause the forfeiture of the bid security in accordance with Section 69 of the IRR. For the general conditions of the contract with corresponding SCC, under the scope of the contract, on the delivery and documents, so the delivery terms applicable to this contract are delivered at Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Old Mayor Road, Pasay City. The risk and title will pass from the supplier to the procuring entity upon receipt and final acceptance. So it's not just the receipt of the goods. So it has to be finally accepted by the procuring entity of the goods at their final destination. Delivery of the goods shall be made by the supplier in accordance with terms specified in Section 6, Schedule of Requirements. For purposes of this clause, the procuring entity's representative at the project site is Ms. Miraflor V. Andaya, CNSSO 4, CNS Met Monitoring and Inspection Division, Air Navigation Operations Department. Further, on the incidental services, the supplier is required to perform supervision of on-site delivery. And the contract price for the goods shall include the prices charged by the supplier for incidental services and shall not exceed the prevailing rates charged to other parties by the supplier for similar services. Still under the scope of the contract, for the packaging, the supplier shall provide such packaging of the goods as is required to prevent damage or deterioration during transit to their final destination as indicated in the contract. The packaging, marking, and documentation within and outside the packages shall comply strictly with such special requirements as shall be expressly provided for in the contract, including additional requirements, if any, specified in this special condition section of the bidding document and in any subsequent instructions ordered by the procuring entity. And down at the bottom, sir. Thank you. So packaging list identifying the contents and quantities of the package is to be placed on an accessible point of the outer packaging if practical. If not practical, the packaging list is to be placed inside the outer packaging but outside the secondary packaging. Still under the scope of the contract, for the transportation, well, I'll just summarize it into a brief statement. Mr. Chair, the statement as shown on the screen describes the responsibility of the supplier to transport the goods to their destination as specified in the contract. And I would like to emphasize down at the bottom of this special conditions that the procuring entity accepts no liability for the damage of goods during transit other than those prescribed by Incoterms for DDP deliveries. So in case of goods supplied from within the Philippines or supplied by domestic suppliers, risk and title will not be deemed to have passed to the procuring entity until their receipt and final acceptance at the final destination. And lastly, under the scope of the contract, on intellectual property rights, the supplier shall indemnify the procuring entity against all third-party claims of infringement of patent, trademark, or industrial design rights arising from use of the goods or any part thereof. And last special condition under the inspection and test, the inspections and tests that will be conducted shall include, but not limited to, physical inspection, inventory, or whatever additional tests that the technical inspection team may require. For the schedule of requirements shown on the slide, is a table listing 4 items. The first item is the set of workstations intended for use for the remote control and monitoring system for Thales radar sites. The second item, the set of workstations intended for use for the COMSOF Aeronautical Data Access System for the Air Traffic Management Center workstations. And the third item for the A3 Wi-Fi all-in-one ink and tank printer. And the fourth item, also a tank printer with automatic document feeder. For the technical specifications, shown on the slide are the list of specifications for each item. So you have the hardware and software specifications listed, as also listed in the bidding document for the RCMS radar sites and for the CAAP's ATMC workstation specifications. And this slide shows the requirements for the Wi-Fi all-in-one tank ink and tank printer, and the tank printer with the ADF specifications. And this slide continues the remaining specifications for the tank printer with automatic document feeder, and it's quite would like to emphasize that all the specifications is listed in this bidding document requires the price to have inclusive of VAT and with 1-year warranty. For the checklist, for the technical component envelope, the bidder must submit the valid PhilJEP certificate of registration, platinum membership, all pages. Then the statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Then the statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, similar to the contract to be bid. And then the original copy of bid security, any of the acceptable forms of bid security. The conformity with the technical specifications, which may include production, delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after sales or parts if applicable. Then the original duly signed omnibus sworn statement and the original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or the original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. Okay. Continuing to the technical requirements under the technical component envelope, the legal clearance, which should be issued by the CAAP ELS, then the certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government, and the copy of bid bulletins if applicable, and the manufacturer's data sheet of all items, all under the technical documents. And then for the financial documents, the prospective bidder's computation of NFCC or a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. And if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. And lastly, the contents of the financial component envelope are the original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, the original of duly signed and accomplished price schedules and other documentary requirements as applicable for foreign bidders claiming by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in government procurement activities for the same item or product, and a certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. Mr. Chair, that ends my presentation for the private conference for this project, and I would like to invite our prospective bidder to raise their questions or clarifications, if any, for the project. Thank you.
Thank you, TWG. Any questions, clarification?
We'll first call is this Miss Grace Martin.
Hello, sir. Good morning po. Christian, sir, ng Teraboo. Sir, may question lang po regarding sa technical specifications for item number 1. Is it... Hello, sir?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Okay po. Is it possible, can we relax it from 4 na gigabit Ethernet to 1? Kasi mostly, sir, 1 gigabit port lang yung meron. But if we cannot relax it into 1 port, can we at least have a third party or an external to comply the 4 ports?
No, we have the end user in attendance today. Sir June?
Hi. Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, good morning to the protect bidder. Sir, as long as it is packaged or it's a branded workstation,
Mhm.
and I guess this is what we require. So I don't think we can accept the one port
Okay, sir.
gigabit
No.
internet.
Can we at least parang makuha po ito sa bid bulletin if ever? Para if there's counter-checking, parang at least updated po yung naging technical specifications po natin.
Okay, sir. We will issue a B2
Okay po.
Yes.
Sir, tuloy ko na rin po yung question. Okay lang po. May question pa po. For item number 2 naman.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay po. For item number 2, sir, sa desktop natin, kasi naka-indicate po dito yung model. So, is it possible to remove it po para maging mas competitive pa po siya? Kasi parang leaning talaga to sa isang brand and model po eh.
Just kagaya ng sinabi ko, sir, ito kasi yung brand na ginagamit namin, and then this is a exact replacement of yung ginagamit namin. Pero if the supplier can offer a branded as long as it's not a cloned desktop, we can accept it, sir.
Okay, sir. So, as long as kahit na other brand siya, as long as equivalent from your
Yes.
technical. Okay, sir. Sige po.
As long as hindi siya cloned, sir, branded as package.
Okay, sir. Noted po. Yun lang, sir. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, sir. Next, let's call MCC, Mila Matel.
Hello sir, good morning po. Can you hear me po?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead po.
Ayun, okay. Sir, yung first question ko po, yun po bang awarding po for this project is awarded as one contract or per item po?
One contract, ma'am.
One contract. Then sir, clarify ko na rin, although na medyo naintindihan ko naman, to confirm lang po, pwede po pala kami mag-offer other brands kasi ito pumapasok po yung inyong requirements sa HPA. Pwede naman kami mag-offer other brand basta branded sir, tapos equivalent or higher.
I
Tama
believe,
po, sir. Parang nabanggit
Yes
naman
po, ma'am.
kanina okay lang eh, ano po.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yun. So far yun lang naman sir kasi na-raise na naman po ng isang prospective bidder yung queries ko po. Thank you. Ay, by the way sir, isa pa pala. Yun kanina po naitanong ng isang bidder regarding dun sa port, ano po yung ano po napag-decision? Okay lang po na one port, then external yung iba? Tama po ba?
Will, hindi po, ma'am. We'll stick with the 4-port gigabit Ethernet
Ah,
na requirement namin.
doon pa rin sa 4 port. Okay. Kasi medyo nagcha-choppy ako kanina eh. Sige sir, yun lang naman po. Thank you.
all right, so we proceed to the next question from Sir George Perez.
Hi, good morning po. From Equity Technology Corporation po. Sir, tatanong ko lang kasi dati nakapag-book na kami dito for POSCO na din nakapag-submit na waiting for NOAA. Then, magbabayad pa po ba kami ng bidding documents, sir? Or pwede kahit gamitin na lang namin yung luma namin, ay yung dating resibo para po dito sa bid na to, sir?
Yes, sir. Sir, you can present the receipt of the previously purchased bid docs, and that would suffice as a proof of purchase of the bidding documents for this project, considering this that this is a rebid.
Yes, sir. Noted, sir. Thank you.
All right. So next question from Diamond Tumog.
Hello po, sir. Good morning po. Sir, regarding lang dun sa ano, no? Kasi yung dun sa brand specification, magi-stick po ba tayo dito, sir, sa ano, specific brand na to or open po siya sa ibang brand as long as we meet the minimum specification requirement?
Sir June.
Sir, as long as yes, sir, equivalent, sir, ng specification dito or higher, we will accept it.
Okay. Sige, sir. Thank you. Noted po.
So to sum up or summarize what where the questions are all about, so we'll be issuing a bid bulletin concerning the questions raised to these specifications. So we will be requesting the end user to prepare the bid bulletin for this matter.
Noted, sir.
Do you have any questions from the floor? Hearing none, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Let's proceed to the next. Wala na.
Wala naman, sir. So thank you, prospective bidders, for attending this private conference for this project. You can now be excused.
Thank you sir. Permission to leave.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Okay na. Secretariat, are